suffering most. But here also men are suffering because of there are also women who are abusing and beating their husbands and their men. And so the challenges we must be able to confront here as a society. And the other issue we have here is what we call something to do with cultural acceptance of these issues. Why defilement is very prevalent in this region is cultural practices, societal structure. A lot of it is incestuous. It's incest. You know, it's a close family member defiling a small child, an uncle, a stepfather. And I have told the security team we cannot condone this. And that's the conversation we'll have with the chiefs so that we cannot use alternative dispute resolution mechanism to sort the problem. It must be by just enforcement of the law, and everybody who is involved in defilement must be arrested and charged in a court of law. The other issue is the problem of gangs and goons is not as bad as the 3 other counties, but it is there. We have, as you know, in this county you have some groups calling themselves reggae boys, and the other group that calls itself do the culture. Whereas the original intention was to establish some, social groupings related to the economic activities these young people are involved in. Now it has been turned to, it is turning out to become a kind of a security threat because it's mopping up to become gangs like the other gangs, which are in the neighboring counties. As you know, of course, there has been also a group called 42 Brothers. In the next county, it's 47 Brothers. In Busia, it's called 18 Brothers. And all these kind of gangs. Again, in Western region, as I said yesterday in Kakamega, and even in my media interview last night to the media houses, the biggest concern that must bother us in the entire Western region, and we will see how difficult this problem is in Nyanza when we visit there next week, is to have this honest conversation that gangs in other counties are only confined in urban areas, but gangs generally in Western region are all the way to villages and infiltrating the society. So it must bother us. It must bother us as a long-term conversation, not just for immediate personal interest. The question every person who comes from this region must ask themselves, including us in the security sector nationally, is what is the future of the state in the wake of prevalence of small, gangs threatening people. And that's why I said yesterday, and I repeat here, that we will support. We want the Inspector General to boost the teams that are on the ground here by sending more officers to come and help in doing an operation in the entire region to help flush out these gangs and to stem their activities and to ensure that people live in peace. In fact, yesterday in our meeting, you realize some chiefs were saying really, very few people are courageous enough to speak publicly about gangs because they fear being in courts visited and attacked. And we will do everything. You know, a watchman was attacked a few weeks ago. Was it a week ago or 2 in this area by some of those gangs who are also robbers. And I must say that we will do everything possible to restore order in the society. But we cannot do it on our own, because if these people are protected by the society, the local community, the leaders, it will not work. But if we join forces together to sort out this, we'll be able to clear vehicles, mobility of our officers and so forth shall be answered.